Hello, my name is Olivia QUINTUS-BOSZ from Concordia's Department of Psychology. Today I will be talking about the replication study I conducted on personality psychology and how it relates to the HEXACO-60 personality inventory and its validity. I'll begin by explaining the HEXACO-60 scale and why we performed a confirmatory analysis on it. Next, I will be covering the theories related to personality psychology and how our study fits into the literature surrounding this. Then I will explain the methods and procedures of our survey, followed by the results we found. Finally, I will discuss the conclusions we made and how it adds to the existing literature. The field of psychology relies heavily on using personality inventories as a means of measuring individuals, making the development of these scales essential. The HEXACO-60 is designed to measure individual differences using 6 factors: honesty, humility, emotionality, extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and openness to experience. Ashton and Lee developed the HEXACO-60 as a shortened version of the HEXACO-PIR as a tool to assess personality faster, since each factor only uses 10 items to measure personality. The HEXACO-PIR is derived from the Big Five personality theory, which includes the same factors as HEXACO-PIR, but excludes honesty, humility. This is relevant because the Big Five, which is measured using the Neo-FFI scale, is highly replicated and widely accepted in the field, so adding a new dimension requires replication and a validity argument for the construct and orthogonality of the new dimension. So, Ashton and Lee conducted an initial exploratory analysis of the psychometrics of their new scale. However, their study showed concerning correlations between dimensions of honesty, humility, and openness to experience for their college student sample, with an R of 0.21, which we wanted to explore further. Thus comes our research goal: to examine the relationship between honesty, humility, and openness to experience, and to gather evidence of validity and orthogonality of the scale, all while replicating what Ashton and Lee had originally found. We will do this by using Messick's framework for validity. We used 5 hypotheses to test this. Firstly, honesty, humility is not related to openness to experience. Then, openness to experience is related to estimated time spent outdoors. Openness to experience is not related to ethical importance, followed by honesty, humility is related to ethical importance, and finally, honesty, humility is not related to time spent outdoors. We picked these because we believed estimated time spent outdoors and ethical importance are external diverging evidence for the orthogonality between honesty, humility, and openness to experience. So for our survey, we used a sample of 65 students from Psych 311 research methods at Concordia University. We used Qualtrics and Excel to conduct a survey which began with informed consent and guarantee of anonymity, followed by the HEXACO-60 scale. I provided examples of honesty, humility items, and openness to experience, followed by 4 basic personality items. We use these 2 on the left here for our correlations, followed by the moral identity scale, and finally the ethical syllogistic reasoning tasks, which we did not include in our analysis. So, we used Pearson's correlational coefficient to find that the minimum R significant for a p-value of 0.05 is 0.21. Our analysis showed a weak but significant relationship between openness and honesty, humility. This relationship was not predicted given HEXACO's claims of orthogonality. However, a moderate relationship was shown between honesty, humility, and ethical importance, which confirms what we had predicted and supports the notion that ethical importance can be used as a means for diverging evidence for honesty, humility, and relationships to other variables using Messick's framework. There is a weak relationship between estimated time outdoors and openness, meaning time spent outdoors might not be a means for assessing someone's openness to experience, but these results could be an outcome of our unrepresentative sample, as college kids tend to spend more time indoors for their studies. There is little to no relationship between time spent outdoors and honesty, humility, which provides, again, diverging evidence between honesty, humility, and openness to experience. There is a weak relationship between ethical importance and openness to experience, which supports the idea of orthogonality between factors, and as honesty, humility is related to ethical importance, while openness has a weak relationship. These graphs show the dimensions and their relationships to variables outside of the HEXACO-60. Here we can see. Our goal was to conduct a confirmatory analysis to find evidence for the validity of HEXACO-60 and orthogonality of its dimensions. We found correlations between honesty, humility, and openness to experience, which did not confirm our first hypothesis. However, using diverging evidence, we established orthogonality of dimensions. By finding honesty, humility, a relationship to another variable, ethical importance, we were able to support our hypothesis that the dimensions are in fact orthogonal, as openness to experience did not correlate with ethical importance. This adds to the literature surrounding personality paradigms by replicating what Ashton and Lee found, but leaves questions of representativeness of our sample and generalizability of our results, as this was from a weird population, westernized, educated, Ultimately, we conclude that there is evidence of Messick's construct validity of the HEXACO-60 and the honesty humility is a necessary and orthogonal trait. Thank you.